What's up everyone, this is Zafar.
And this is Tim.
Welcome back to our channel where we react and discuss to the topics shared by you guys.
And if you like our content, subscribe to our channel so you can stay up to date and you don't miss out on our latest videos.
Yeah, leave your video recommendations in the comments or on our IG. The link to our socials are down in the description below. And without further ado, let's get started on today's video.
Let's go.
What's up everyone?
What's up?
This is a mini series that we're gonna do. It's from the YouTube channel The Rational Believer. It's about the army of Satan. This is the very first part of this series. We're gonna react to it, let you guys know what we thought about it, anything new that we learned, anything that we found interesting, and we'll try and keep this going. So if you guys can help us have like an ongoing support, we will make sure to continue doing these. And yeah, if you guys have any other comments.
Yeah, leave it down below. It's going to be a series that we're going to continue to do. And, you know, the more comments and feedback you guys provide to us, it's going to allow us to continue this series. And if you enjoy it, you know,
for sure,
follow along with us. And then as we, you know, discover more about this series that we'll be watching.
Yeah.
All right, let's get going.
To it.
Damn.
Already like fire related.
That's a good intro.
Yeah.
Who is this devil? Is he real? Or is it a figment of your imagination? Or is it just something in philosophy? According to the Quran, he's very real. Substance is real, you just don't see it. He lived before us, he's still alive today. That's an amazing subject right there, isn't it? That's amazing.
The word shaitan is derived from the root shaitan, means impure and base. Shaitan refers to an entity that is rebellious, irrespective of whether it is of humans or jinn. It is also said that it means a nefarious soul, who is distanced from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and from the truth. So shaitan is in both forms, the jinn and the humans, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says.
وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَا لِكُلِّ نَبِيٍّ عَدُوًّا شَيَاطِينَ الْإِنسِ وَالْجِنِّ
Now, what is this about the jinn? Why do you have to believe in that? Well, they're part of something called al-ghaib. Al-ghaib means the things you don't see, the unseen. You agree and I agree, we don't see Allah. Okay, so he's in the ghaib, the unseen. We agree there are angels and you don't see them. They're in the ghaib, unseen, made out of light. And now the jinn, and we don't see them. They're also in the ghaib. They're made from a fire which has no smoke to it. And if fire has absolutely nothing like smoke to it, or that it could be that you don't see that either. There's heat that you don't actually see, isn't that true?
The both kind of shayateen are trying to lead people to evil deeds. The jinn kind of them are whispering to your hearts so that you can't see them or hear their whispering. And the human kind of them are whispering to your hearts in a way that you can see and hear but not realize it as whispering. And he can be anyone, even a friend of you who suggests you for drinking alcohol or any other kind of evil deeds.
As far as
I like the visuals, bro. It's got like such an eerie vibe.
Shaitan is a common noun, whereas Iblis is a proper noun. Iblis is also from among the jinn, was the first creature that disobeyed Almighty Allah's command.
We don't see the jinn, but we said that they have choices. And they were making choices even before Adam or human beings were ever created. And their choices were sometimes good, sometimes bad. From them comes the one we call Lucifer or Iblis. And who is that?
This is like
Who is
official
Lucifer?
name.
Who is Iblis? You might say he's the devil, the Satan or Shaitan, as he's called in the Arabic language. But actually, he started out as a worshiper of Allah. And he was worshiping and praying to Allah and extolling Allah to the extent that Allah raised him up to be even with the angels. Now remember, this guy Iblis is not an angel, but he was worshiping alongside of them because of his ibadah or worship, being so lovely and Allah raised him up, you see.
Maybe
the
the
Christian
actual
version-
terminology is different.
And this is an important story.
The Christian
So we'll
version
digress
is that
from
he
a
wasn't
moment from our
fallen
views
angel.
of Islam to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
into this to get a concept here to understand a big mistake that some people make when they say that he's from the angels. Angels don't make mistakes. They do as they're commanded. So when Allah created the best of his creation, what did he create? He created Adam, a human being. He created Adam from what? He created him from mud or clay. I want to show you what happened after Allah created Adam. Allah ordered all the angels, bow down. And all the angels did because they have to do as they're commanded. And they bowed down. All of them bowed, except Iblis. He didn't bow down. Now, if you read this in context, you'll understand that he was not an angel. But if you just read the words, all the angels bowed down except Iblis, you'll say, well, see, that means he was an angel. But otherwise, in the Quran, we find in other places that Allah said he wasn't an angel, but he was from the jinn. And he's created from smokeless fire. And that's exactly what he said. You created Adam from mud, but I'm created from something better, from a smokeless fire. So I refuse to bow down. Why? Because I'm better than him. I am better than Adam, and I refuse to bow down to him. By so doing, he disobeyed Allah. And whoever disobeys Allah, he's in trouble. But especially if he does it out of his arrogance and his pride, I refuse to obey because, I know better. And in this way, he put himself in the worst possible condition with Allah. Allah condemned him to hell forever. And he said, I don't even care. Just let me take him, meaning Adam, and his children along with me to hell. What? For what? Because of this thing called pride or arrogance. Kibr in the Arabic language. And what is kibr? And kibr is something comes from kabara. Kabara is the root of the word akbar. And only Allah is akbar. Allah is greater and greater and greater than anything. But a human being has no right in front of Allah or anything that's created. The jinn, the angels, nothing have the right to come in front of Allah like this and say, oh, who am I? I'm this, I'm that. No. Allah gave you a commandment. You do it.
Now the important point is that everyone thinks that it is because of shaitan that we commit sins. That's why they're asking some questions like, why Allah created shaitan? Or why Allah didn't finish shaitan so that we wouldn't commit sins? Here's a misunderstanding. Shaitan cannot do anything more than whispering. To make it more clear, let's ask a question. Before Iblis became shaitan, there was no other shaitan, right? So who told Iblis to disobey Almighty Allah's command? Here's the point. There was no shaitan before him. He did it because of his nafs.
Suppose that even if there was no shaitan, still we'd have nafs. So we'd commit sins. Because this world is a test for the mankind and the jinn kind. Now same as the case with Iblis. He's also in this test because he is a jinn and he has nafs. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't create him as shaitan. Rather, he himself chose to be shaitan. Not only Iblis, but all the other shayateen are choosing to be shaitan by disobeying Almighty Allah's order.
Now, what happened next? Well, that's when Allah told Adam that he could have anything that he wanted in all of the paradise. Go ahead, enjoy it. But there's one tree, don't eat from it. Of course, you know what's going to happen. And the devil came to him and to Eve and got them to eat from that tree. And they were cast down because of that. But Allah knew from the beginning they would eat from it. That's why Allah put it there. Because this life, and this is the whole reason for me telling you this story, so you can get this one beauty of Islam, to understand this one thing. This life is nothing more than a test.
The obvious point is that Iblis was the first of all shayateen. Therefore, he is the leader of them. And all shayateen are tools for this test, even though they are also giving test.
Okay. So I have
Wow.
a few things to say that I don't know if it was like inconsistencies. Like I did like the video, but he said that Adam and Eve, they kind of like took the fruit or whatever it may have been from that tree that they weren't supposed to, and that was kind of God's plan that was supposed to happen, right? That's what the guy said. But at the same time, he said that, you know, Shaitan, he chose to be this way, that God didn't create him, he just chose to disobey. And I feel like there's no right connection, that one was meant to be and the other was not something God wanted, but it happened. Because I feel like nothing can be outside the will of God, you know? Like, God must have wanted the devil to be someone that acts that way or goes astray, because then he would not have the ability to do so, you know? God gives everybody the ability to do something and then they act it out. So to say that, like, the devil, God didn't want that for him, he just kind of like chose to be this way, it's kind of like saying that that's not something God expected, you know?
So
That's what I think. I don't know.
so I feel like what he's trying to say is, so like God's plan was for, like, when God created him, right, was for the purposes of like following and worshiping him, but God gives everybody free will, right?
Yeah.
Right? So, and knowing that, you know, he has free will, and God is testing, because he like, they emphasize on the fact that it's all about, you know, human beings and jinns are in this world to be tested by God, right? So, and that was, you know, one of the revelations for the test. And unfortunately, the Satan, you know, had too much pride, too much ego, which he chose to defy God, right, and God's will. I think essentially that's what that message was trying to say. And even with Adam and Eve, right, you know, God had a purpose for them to be safe, you know, in the Garden of Eden, right? But you know, he gives everyone the ability to make their own decision, right? Because overall,
But the fact that he said that Adam and Eve made that decision because that's what God wanted, there lacks a decision for them, you know, that was meant to happen for everything else to be carried out, because there's a cause and relation. If that didn't happen, the rest of the stuff would not happen either, right?
But is it more saying along the lines of God knew that was going to happen?
The devil would go astray?
No, that Adam and Eve would be tempted by the devil.
Okay. There's a lot of other stuff to talk about, but yeah, that's definitely, because I think, like, nothing is really just cut and dry. Like, there's a lot of holes for us to fill in, like, because no matter how many books you read, there will be questions that there won't be answers for, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of the things you have to kind of like take upon yourself to kind of either research or like kind of question, not make 100% like this is my opinion and that's it. Like, question it, but like be open-minded to change your opinion. And one of the other things that they mentioned that because like I said that Shaitan was like an angel at one point, but they said that no, he wasn't. And I don't know if maybe that's a misconception or something like that, but I do know a lot of people think the way that I think, and I'm a little bit unsure still, so I'm gonna like research a little bit into it, because I think there might be a little bit of like what different kind of like people believe and stuff like that about it, but I don't know.
Or maybe different version of text that they're reading.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, I always thought, you know, that Satan was a fallen angel, right? So I was surprised when I heard this as well. So yeah.
Okay.
So
maybe it's like kind of like, I don't want to blame, but like maybe the Western ideology and culture, you know, gets to you a little bit, and like subconsciously that changes your idea and what you really thought about it. Because I've seen movies and and he usually has a big role in like a lot of movies, right? Like the TV show Lucifer. I don't know if you've seen that, but like that makes you think that like he's like an angel that came down, you know? Yeah. Like there was another TV show out there. It was like an angel and like the devil coming together to stop the end of the world. I haven't seen it, but they got some crazy stuff. It's like low-key brainwashes people.
Yeah, so
yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, if you enjoy the series, We're going to continue to do more reactions to it. If you really enjoyed it, please leave your comments below, and hit that like and hit that subscribe button.
Sure.
You know, we wanna make sure that, you know, this is the content that you guys really enjoy, because we are learning new things, and it's making us question things and do more research, and that's what we want you guys to be a part of as well, right?
Yeah, and it's for everybody to do that, you know, not just us, but you guys should also be looking to question everything. Don't just take things as what people tell you. And I know this might sound weird, but like, that's what we're supposed to do, because no one person has all the answers, right? Just Allah has the answers, so it's good for us to educate ourselves.
Yeah, and we want to build that community with you, so that we can be on a journey together to basically better develop our relationship with God, right? So